We're here at Quad State Pickle Festival, seeing what the best of 4 states can offer. It's time to tickle some pickle with our mouths.
Cause you want that tasty treat. It's two fat guys eat.
Hello and welcome to an episode of Two Fat Guys Eat. My name is Colin.
And I'm Sean.
And today we are talking about pickles.
Pickles
Everywhere, far as the eye can see.
Pickles, but not for a nickel.
Nope. Today we went to Quad State Pickle Fest in Boonesboro / Hagerstown / Sharpsburg, ?
It's a mixture of colonies.
Yeah, it's a weird location. But we went because I had gone last year, had a lot of fun. I had just come back in from town, and I wanted to try it, and I went by myself, and I was trying to get you to come out, but you were busy. Luckily, now you have a better schedule, so
yes,
we were very lucky to be able to all go at once this time. So
yeah, it was very, very nice. I will return again the next year.
So we lubed ourselves up in sunblock and headed out to the Washington County Agricultural Center, which is where the event is currently
That sounds like
being held.
A boring place, but is an exciting event.
And, this event is very similar to the other Quad State events in that, it's follows a very formulaic timeline. You go in, you have the food vendors, you have the knick-knack vendors, you have the alcohol vendors, and then you have the stage with the various performances.
You have the knick-knacks, you got the patty wax, you got bones for dogs.
Exactly. So, but I will say the key difference between this festival and the other festivals like Quad State Brunch Fest, Quad State Cheese Fest, is that this festival has a crazy amount of vendors for...
it's insane. I was full of cheese and pickle before I ever got a chance to visit all of them.
Oh, yeah, and here's the thing. So, we had talked about this on a previous episode when we did Quad State Cheese Fest, that our biggest gripe with Quad State Cheese Fest was that there were only 2 cheese vendors there. Like 2 actual dairies, Delightful Dairy and then...
I will wait in line for cheese all day.
Yeah. Right.
If the cheese is good enough.
Yes, but see, in this case, we didn't have that problem because there were 23 individual pickle vendors there.
Well, to be fair, making cheese is a very time-consuming, very precise thing. Pickling is a lot more forgiving doing it on your own.
That's fair.
And in terms of, as long as you have your vegetable, your vinegar, a jar, whatever seasonings that you want at that point, and then you seal it, and that's it.
Sure. I won't say you're wrong there. I do agree.
Versus
yes.
If you want to look up how cheese is made, then you go, oh, okay.
Okay, so we'll say pickling may be easier than dairy making, but
it's more approachable.
Yes,
in terms of manufacturing.
But still, in that context, is like, again, for a festival where you're claiming to have the best that 4 states have to offer, and you only have 2 vendors, and they're both from Maryland.
I didn't know we were a cheese state.
I mean, it's crazy. And I actually remember looking it up. It's like there are a couple hundred vendors between. I don't know. It's just maybe those were just the 2 that were available, and those were the ones who were like, yes, we'll come out and do it. I just found it surprising is all. But like I said, we didn't have that issue with Quad State Pickle Fest.
Spoiled for choice.
Oh, yeah. And I want to be clear. It's insane. Like, here's some of the names.
Okay.
Badass Pickle, Cowboy's Choice Salsa, Devil's Dill Pickles, Doc Pickles, Epic Pickles, Fresh Crunch Pickles, Grasshopper's Wicked Pickles, Green Kamakozis, Jersey Pickles, Jersey Girl Pickles, and Jersey Girl spelled with a Z rather than an S.
Oh, Jersey.
Gee, I can't even read my own goddamn handwriting. Kevin's Crazy Kitchen Pickles, Kilhaney's Pickles, Long's Classic Pickles, Mr. Crisp Pickle, Pickle Girl Pickles, Pickle Me Pete. I will not pickle you, Pete. Picklelicious, Ruby's Hottie Hot Sauce, which I assume they sell pickles, Spotted Horse Provisions, The Mod Pickle Company, The Pickled Guy, Shore Spice and Pickle Co., and Tommy Pickles.
That's the dilly.
Oh, so many shirts saying I'm a big dill, or, you know.
Yeah, I'm kind of a big dill.
Yeah.
It's usually I'm kind of a big dill.
Funny, but when you see it on like the 3,000th shirt of the day, the joke gets old.
Yeah.
But it's fine. But I definitely want to talk about those last two, Shore Spice and Pickle Company and Tommy Pickles, because we were able, because again, with 23 individual pickle vendors, we don't have enough time to talk about what we got to try and, you know, how much we enjoyed it, because we'd be here for 3.5 hours, and let's be fair, we like talking about food, but we know you're not going to watch a 3.5 hour episode on pickles. So
Yeah.
that's just a fact of life. But we want to talk about those two because those were the real standouts to us.
Yes.
And so first one I want to mention is the Shore and Spice Pickle Company. And actually, we have some of their wares here.
Yes, I purchased them with my own hard-earned money because I tasted them, and I really like. This one's my favorite of the two. Is the sweet garlic pickles. So this one in particular, I feel would be best on a the fried chicken sandwich. So
Any fried chicken sandwich.
you put that in a nice, you know, brioche bun with this, and so whatever condiment you want on the buns, really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. It's solid. And then the second flavor, what you have there, is called Kickles.
Pickles with a kick.
Pickles with a kick. Kickles.
Yeah, and I'll say this much to just hop back on the sweet garlic pickles. I love those because yes, there's a hint of garlic, there's sweetness. Neither is overpowering the other, which is always the sort of trap you fall into, especially with something like pickles. Because if you overcorrect on one side or the other, it ends up overpowering the other flavors, and luckily that's not the case.
Like
it's a
yeah,
balanced
pickles.
taste.
Pickles, I think are easy to do, but harder to make right.
Harder to make perfect. Yes.
Harder to make perfect.
Yes.
It's harder to master them.
Yeah.
But like I think they have really mastered these.
Yes,
like they're one of the best pickles. I've ever
Shore
had.
Pickle
I mean,
Company. Yeah, they really knocked it out of the park.
we're not sponsored by them.
No,
I just really like their pickles.
honestly, I wouldn't mind it, but
We wouldn't turn down.
sweet garlic pickles were great. Probably, honestly, my favorite of the day. But that's not to be said against the Kickles, because honestly, a little spice does not offend the palate when it comes to, especially with something like pickles. Because again, even in a fried chicken sandwich, a burger, that little pop of acid,
Now,
that little bit of spice.
What these will be really good at, and I mean, just make sure you wear, you know, gloves while chopping it up.
Yeah.
You chop those up into relish. Put that on a hot dog.
Yeah, either I would say on a hot dog, or if you want, like, again, I think it would work on a chicken sandwich as well. Just
Or
because
work on a burger.
on a burger. Yeah, honestly, so much it'll work on. I put like sweet garlic more on like a not like I mean technically a burger is a sandwich, but I'd say like an actual sandwich, like a Reuben or a roast beef or even a turkey sandwich.
Tuna salad sandwich.
Tuna salad sandwich, exactly. Those would work great for that.
Pickles are so versatile.
Yes, but I would say the Kickles, grilled food, fried chicken. I'd even say, honestly, on a pizza.
I mean, I would chop it up, and maybe, maybe dry them out a little bit on like
Sure.
with some paper towels, and and then chop them up and then put them on top of the
Yeah.
pizza as it's coming out, because there's like pickles are mainly water, so
Yes.
you're fighting that with that. But if you put it right on top, like right when you have it, then that'll come out.
Exactly. So Shore Pickles, I think honestly Shore Pickles had my favorite pickles of the day.
Yeah.
Because again, there were 23 individual pickle vendors. God knows we weren't able to try everything, but of the day, of what we did try, these were the best.
Right.
Now, again, pivoting to Tommy Pickles, which to this day, we were having a conversation. We were like, how are they not getting sued by Nickelodeon?
Well, they didn't have Tommy's likeness.
Well, no, they didn't. But, and maybe it's more Tommy Bahama, but just as millennials, we hear Tommy Pickles, and out of nowhere, the Rugrats theme starts playing.
Can't go any further.
Yeah. But, so Tommy Pickles had a lot of other great flavors. I'll say this much. Whereas Shore was great at taking classic flavors and ratcheting them up to an 11.
Right.
In regards to taste and balancing it out, I say Tommy Pickles excels in the context that they were able to innovate in that way. Because, like, for instance, you had some classics like horseradish pickles, which you love horseradish. So.
I love horseradish. I mean, honestly, horseradish, I think, is something that should be, I don't know, maybe I just haven't tried a good one yet, but I think it should be a little bit separated from pickles, just mainly because I think it's better relegated to a sauce.
Honestly, though, I actually went back and tried the horseradish pickles.
I did try it, and it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
no,
honestly,
but I think personally for me, for my taste, and like this, this show is subjective. Like,
exactly.
This entire subject is subjective. But I think that those will be really nice on, I would say, I mean, pickles and sandwiches synonymous. But I would put that on a nice roast beef sandwich.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Horseradish pickles, like the cheese, like the horseradish cheese we had at Quad State Cheese Fest.
Right.
I'd put that on a roast beef on a Kimblewick, not think twice.
Yeah.
Because again, it pairs beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
So we had that, and that was good. And then we had ranch pickle, which, I mean, again, not overpowering, a very subtle ranch flavor.
It was like it was like, for some reason, like the garlic and the dill. It was kind of like, it gets a little lost if you start mixing it with other things. But if you have it by itself, it would go nice on a charcuterie board.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah, I would say the ranch was okay. Now, I had their Italian wedding one, where they had other things.
The sunken treasure.
The sunken treasure, whatever. And then it was it had like cucumbers, peppers, and pickled onions, and carrots, and it had everything in there.
We asked. I remember asking.
I got it specifically for a pepper. I tried the pepper. I was like, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean, the best thing, I couldn't really find it. Like, a lot of places didn't really have it. If they did, I apologize. I missed you because there's so many freaking vendors. Was pickled onions. Like, that is my favorite. Mm-hmm. Like, anything pickled. Like, they were one of the only Tommy Pickles was one of the only vendors that were pickling other things. One of the few vendors. They were pickling other things other than cucumbers. You know.
Yeah. Well, there were a few, but again, there were only so many we could get to.
There's only so many we can get to. Now I said, okay, let me have a pickle on a stick. What flavor do you want? I was like, oh, there's flavor options. Mm-hmm. And I looked, and there was spicy garlic pickle. Mm. And I was like, I like spicy. Mm-hmm. I like garlic. Mm-hmm. I bit into this thing, y'all. It went straight up past my nose, out my back of my brain.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of those, like, bam, it hit you with the sour and the heat at once. Yeah. And I was like, and then the garlic's like, hi. Yeah. But it was really good. Yeah. And like, I gave a piece to your partner, and she was trying, and she's like, wow. And it sticks with you. It's like that spice. I don't know if you had, like, there's different types of spice. There's a spice that's like here and then ramps up, and then there's one that, like, hey, bam, and then just kind of coasts and then just sticks with you. Mm-hmm. And my lips were burning 10 minutes after I ate the thing.
Yeah, you got face fucked with flavor. But yeah, so I believe the flavor profile they said for Sunken Treasure was that of the Giardiniera for, like, like a dip beef in Chicago, which I was like, I love that.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a little spicy pepper mix? It's not only that, but like so you hear that and you're like, oh, that sounds cool. But then they had Kentucky bourbon pickles, and so I was like, oh, it's like, are you using bourbon? He's like, no, it's not an alcoholic. I'm like, oh, well, sure, that makes sense. But he was like, I was like, so what's the flavor profile? I was like, oh, it's smoky, it's peaty. I'm like, oh, okay, so you're mimicking
The notes
you're
of
mimicking
bourbon.
the notes of bourbon. And so that was very interesting. I will definitely say that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, interesting is definitely the word I would use. But they're not afraid to take risks, which I
Hell no,
appreciate.
that's how you discover good flavors.
That's right. I mean, so many things that Tommy Pickles had, and again, we only had so much time and so
True.
much energy and so much room in our stomachs to try that. So we tried what we tried there, and again, we went to a few other vendors. I will say this much: those were definitely the best two of the day. Some interesting side notes: I did see a vendor, I believe it was Jersey Pickles, not
Yes.
Jersey Girl Pickles, but Jersey Pickles. Jersey Pickles was crossbreeding pickles and tomatoes.
Potatoes?
Yeah,
Tickles?
I don't know what you'd call it, but it sounded interesting.
Tomickles?
Tomickles,
Don Rickles?
maybe he was a tomato.
Well, you had the hockey puck.
I- But yeah, I would say this festival knocks it out of the park with its variety of pickle vendors, which I find fantastic. And again, they are not just confined to Maryland, Virginia, Pennsylvania, West Virginia,
Yeah.
because there were vendors from New Jersey, from New York, they're all over.
Yeah.
And again, I love that. And
Yes.
I wish they do that for the other ones, because we had this discussion on the cheese episode, only 2 cheese vendors. We actually had this conversation with some of the other vendors while we were there, because some of the vendors had go to multiple IFG events.
Of course.
And they were like, oh, yeah, I didn't really get why they only had 2 cheese vendors there. That was kind of weird, considering the whole festival was centered around cheese.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I get it. And then Quad State Brunch Fest was another example of that. Like, they had...
Yeah, I didn't go to that. How was that?
It was good. They had brunch trucks. They had like 5 or 6 brunch trucks and some lunch trucks. But the problem there was, the balance was off, because it was like 5 or 6 food trucks, and like specifically catered towards brunch food, i.e. breakfast and lunch food.
French toast sticks.
Right. Well, like waffles, French toast, like that stuff, right? But then like a bunch of lunch trucks, and then they had so many liquor vendors. It was the ratio was just all the way fucked, which understandable, because again, you don't really see much in the way of food trucks specifically catering towards brunch, which is unfortunate. Because I feel like park out in front of a church.
I mean, honestly,
you're gonna make a shitload of money.
You need that balance of your waffles, your French toast, and pancakes versus your mimosas, and I can't think of anything else that's brunch.
Your mimosas.
Mimosas number one though.
Mimosas, Bloody Marys.
Yeah, Bloody Marys.
Screwdrivers.
Yeah.
You know. So again,
Whistling Dixies.
yeah, sure.
Fiddle
But
faddles. No, I'm just
yeah,
kidding.
yeah. But this festival did that balance way better. There were plenty of liquor vendors, plenty of food trucks, plenty of the actual commodity that they are promoting, pickles. And so it was probably like the best festival. And honestly, it shows in the numbers, because this event was way busier than any other
it took
event.
us all like forever to get in.
Yeah, it took us at least a solid 30 minutes just to get
in
off of
and
the
park.
road into the actual location to park.
Yeah.
And then trying to get out took us about another 25, because they had this festival. This festival had staggered entry. So like, if your ticket was like for 12, you could get in from 12 to 2. If your ticket was from 2, you could get in from 2 to 4. If your ticket was from like 4, it was like 4 to whenever they close. And so it was like again, so we got early tickets because we were like, we want to go, we want to enjoy it before it gets way too busy. Because again, they sold out for Saturday, so they sold out 10,000 tickets. Yeah. So again, I remember having a conversation with one of the vendors being like, I heard they sold out like 10,000 tickets. It doesn't seem like there's 10,000 people here. I'm like, well, it's staggered entry. So like right now you're dealing with the 12 o'clock crowd. You're about to start dealing with the 2 o'clock crowd. And when we tried to leave, we left against people coming in from the 2 o'clock or getting ready to come in for the 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so we were like trying to combat with parking, getting all sorts
on
of
this hilly field with trees and things and
and then again it's just like you know volunteers trying to direct us out. But again they didn't have walkie-talkies.
They're just doing their best. I mean, most of them out there are volunteering. So.
Yeah, which again on a day like yesterday, I mean, not too hot, not too cold, but again the sun's beating down on you all day. Unless you've got a constant stream of water, you're gonna get dehydrated real quick.
Yeah, I mean, so, luckily, I'm so thankful I brought my thermos with me.
Oh yeah.
So
let's talk food because we've talked pickles again. Pickles are the star of the show,
of course,
but food options because again those food options were also pickle themed. So like pickle pizza. Pickle grilled cheese sliders, which I was so upset. We wanted to buy some, and then we went, and then the stand was shut. They were taking a break. It's a long day. They got to get through it, so I can't blame them.
Yeah.
But we had, let's see. I remember we had pickle pierogies.
Yes.
pickle-rogies.
Pickle-rogies. We had fried pickles.
Mm-hmm.
And we had fried cheese curds. All right, so let's talk about each item individually.
Let's start with what we had first when we got there, when we were super hungry.
So fried cheese curds,
which the price was
fantastic. Yes,
$5
for an order of cheese curds, and again, not just
at
like
an event,
not a little dinky order of cheese curds either.
It was
massive. It was
a big like tray.
Yes,
full.
And again, because it's Pickle Fest, you had your option between regular and dill pickle.
Right.
And so Sean got regular, I got dill pickle, taste compare.
Yeah, that's why I did. That's why I got regular.
And so, not only did you get, so you got the regular, so you got the regular cheese curds, I got the dill pickle cheese curds. And again, the cheese curd itself was dill pickle, but they also did dill pickle seasoning on top of it. And again, they come fresh out the fryer, you toss on the seasoning, it adheres because, it's got that oil. So good, so good. No dipping sauce, but honestly,
you didn't need it.
You didn't need it.
It didn't need
I think the seasoning kind of pulls it together.
Oh my gosh.
So,
I mean,
fantastic. And again, you cannot beat that price.
No.
And again, Delightful Deli, much from the Quad State Cheese Festival episode, they were doing their charcuterie cups. They had the whole bar set up. I was almost tempted to get that, but I was like, I gotta keep room. I'm gonna want to eat so many pickles, and I want to try so much.
I didn't
the
listen
food.
to that thought. And
I should have. I shouldn't
Tuesday.
have. I should have done more, but I was like, I gotta pace myself.
Yeah,
I gotta pace myself.
I ate way too much cheese too early. I had to take a break.
Yep.
And then on top of that, we had some fried pickles from Jersey Girl.
Yeah, it was Jersey Girl pickles. Now, Jersey Girl pickles had, they had your order of fried pickles, but then they also had a fried sampler. So I believe it was fried pickles, fried olives, a couple of other items. And we just went with the fried pickles. So they were good. I would say the only gripe, if I had to say. The only gripe I had was that the pickles were a little too thick cut. So it was basically, the breading was sort of not falling apart, but it was starting to get
hard to do that with pickles.
No, it is. It started to get a little saturated, not only from the pickle juice, but also just from the grease of the fryer. Again, it didn't take away from the taste. They were delicious.
They were.
I like them.
They're tasty.
I will say, I've had better fried pickles. I'd say probably the best fried pickle I've had at a live event. Like, I know you've had them at the fair. I've had them at the fair. These were better.
These were better than what you get at the fair.
Yeah, so, again, take that with a grain of salt. Mm-hmm. I would say for food items, the best pickle food item, aside from pickles themselves individually,
Right.
would be the pickle pierogies.
Oh, pickle-rogies.
Yeah, the pickle-rogies, and we got those specifically from,
Now those with pierogies,
Yeah.
you know, they're not usually fried.
Well,
Which-
it depends on the preparation, because you could pan fry them, you can deep fry. You're thinking deep frying, because most people either pan fry them, oven bake them. You know,
No, they deep fried them.
No, the vendor that we bought them from deep fried them. I'm
Yeah.
saying there are multiple types of preparation.
I'm usually traditional pierogies. I'm used to the pan fried.
Sure. And so we went to Kamikoze's. They're the ones who did the fried dill pickle pierogies. You know, again, simple.
Had this nice kind of
Dill pickle seasoning,
like
nice
this
aioli.
aioli on the top. It was really nice.
It was an order of three. Yeah, it was an order of three.
There was 3 of us, so I figured like, all right, I'm gonna
You
eat
got
2
two,
and
we
give you
each got
guys
2.
1,
Yeah.
so we each have 2.
Yeah.
So that
And
worked
again,
out.
it was, you know, and again, not overly powerful, slight hint of pickle in the filling,
Right.
you know, dill pickle seasoning on top along with the aioli. Again, not overly powerful, but enough that, you know, you get the potato, you get the pickle, you get everything. And I want to say Kamikoze's, I wish I had the time, because again, they were very busy. Because again, people were going in and
Extremely
out
busy.
buying because they had different options. They had the pickle pierogies. They also had pickle sandwiches, i.e., they cut a pickle in half and build a sandwich for you.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah. So I was like, hey, if I was going without carbs,
that's a perfect thing.
that's a perfect thing. You know, the pickle is the bread essentially.
yeah.
So I remember looking at it, I was like, oh, maybe I will have an Italian sandwich on a pickle.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I want the pickle pierogies. But I remember looking at their stuff, and I was, because they also make their own pickles, and they weren't doing samples, which was a bit of a bummer. But again, they were there more as a food vendor versus being there as a pickle vendor.
Right.
Understandable. But like they had even like, I know I said Tommy Pickles had like crazy variety. They had pizza pickles, cheesesteak pickles, cheeseburger pickles. It was like ran the gamut of like all these different types of food, but infused in a pickle.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh man, I might have to go to their website and buy a bunch of those and try them live on the show.
Yay.
Yeah, so maybe in a future episode we'll do that. But
Yep.
I mean, again, there were so many other ones we wanted to try. We wanted to try the pickle grilled cheese sliders, but they weren't available at the time. But if you're there next year, we're definitely coming to try you. The pickle pizza line was around the corner, which understandable. Pickle pizza is great. I mean, again, our only experience with it thus far is Spaghetti Eddies and a few independent pizza vendors. But I would have loved to have tried it, but we just didn't have the time. We had so much we had to get through. So, I'll say this much. I'd say of the food items of the day, pickle pierogies were the best.
Yes.
Fried pickles, nothing was bad, but I feel like the fried pickles were the weakest. Just because, again, they were starting to get saturated with the grease from the fry. And again, that's the sort of tightrope walk you have,
Right.
especially with fried food. It's like, you know, it can absorb too much, and then it just becomes too greasy. And it's not bad. It was good. It's fried food. It's the risk you take.
The other thing that we didn't really expect them to be there. Hot nuts.
Yes. It was Blind Spot Nut Butters.
Yes.
And interestingly enough,
That name. I'm sorry. That name. But,
no.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with that is we went to a couple different nuts because there was a few nut stands, pretzel stands, and the pretzel vendor who we went to in the other festivals was there. But we were like, we've done them, we've talked about them, we've sung their praises so many times. I was like, you know what? They're good. We don't need to pitch their business to anybody else. We've said how great they are.
Yeah.
But we went to Kinda Jerky and Pretty Nutty, Kinda Jerky and Really Nutty is the
Yes.
name of the. And so their whole thing was they were talking about their whole thing was jerky, nut mixes, and their tent said nut butters, but apparently those weren't selling well, so they just did away with those, or they weren't selling them on location. They said you could buy them on the website.
Yeah.
which is a bit of a bummer because I wanted to try the nut butters.
Yeah.
I see you looking at me. But you actually got a bag of their jerky.
Yeah, I got the teriyaki elk.
How was it?
It was really good. It reminded me a lot of venison jerky, but it was like it's just stronger. I don't know how else to pronounce it. It was
Not as gamey?
No, it's not as gamey. It was a really nice shot of protein like that I needed that day because I was eating so many pickles.
I mean, so many carbs, so much acid. I remember as we left, I was like, I desperately need a protein, and there wasn't much in the way of that there. Which again, can't blame them.
It's a pickle fest.
It's a pickle festival, which I get. So we went to Blind Spot Nut Butters after we did kind of jerky and really nutty. We went there and the guy was talking about, the nut mixes and nut butters he has, and so we were interested. He was like, "Do you guys like spicy?" I'm like, "Sure, I like the spice." Right? So he was like, "Here, I have this Pepper X peanut mix." They're kind of on the high end. Like, we have Pepper X, which is supposed to be the hottest pepper in the world, like from the guy who made the Carolina Reaper, but he made it even hotter.
Yeah.
So
20 times hotter than Carolina.
Supposedly. So we tried that, and I remember not thinking much of it at first. I was chewing and chewing and chewing. And
I was like, "Oh, that's a nice flavor."
And then it started climbing. I was like, "Oh, there it is."
Then someone lit the rocket.
And I was like, and I remember standing there being like, "This is spicy, but it's nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be."
I thought I was just like, "Oh, ooh," and I was
you
like,
had issue?
Yeah, and I was just like, "Wow, okay, it's pretty spicy." And I was expecting it to get worse, and then it never did.
So then I was like, I remember saying out loud, "It's like, oh, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be." And then the guy was like, "Oh, do you want to try the Carolina Reaper?" As if he was daring me to keep going.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Okay, sure, I'll try some Carolina Reaper."
Yeah.
And then we tried the Carolina Reaper. And I think you and I disagreed on this. I think the Carolina Reaper was not necessarily hotter, but I felt it more. And I feel like I remember him mentioning that the reason why is because Carolina Reaper is more soluble, is more hydrophobic. So it basically, when he, was roasting the nuts with the seasoning, there's more seasoning to latch on to the nuts versus the Pepper X.
So your nuts get more coated.
Yeah, the nuts got more coated, so I got more of the Carolina Reaper, which is why maybe I felt more of it, because there was more there. Again, I don't know.
Well,
here's
the thing, like, in between the two, and having one after the other, they do compound on each other. If you don't,
and I feel like maybe that was part of it.
Yeah, that's part of it. But I think the Carolina Reaper, like, it will, that one basically, how I compare the two, Pepper X is like real, like, rocket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just like boom, but it fades away.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina Reaper, like, ramps up, stays there for a bit, and then eventually dissolves. And then, like, I think the Carolina Reaper sticks more, which is probably, and you tasted just the Pepper X just before it. So I think that in combination makes it seem like that one's spicier. At least that's what I'm thinking.
No, and that's fair.
Of course, his explanation does make sense.
Yeah, and then I think I tried like a habanero nut butter afterwards. I think you passed on that one because you were feeling the effects of the first two.
Yeah, I was just like,
you were like, I'm good. That's all you.
Good. I'm good.
Yeah. So I tried that, and it was good. I would say I finally got to try my nut butter. Again, I see you judging. Yeah, that was it for food. And hey, while I'm thinking about it, did you know that only 6% of those people who watch our show are subscribed? 93% of you are watching but not subscribing. Come on. Hit that subscribe button. Please, we love you with mouth.
Love you.
So all right, so let's talk about the drinks. Because again, with the festivals, with Brunch Fest, it was like, ooh, get these boozy brunch cocktails. Like, again, your screwdrivers, your Bloody Marys, and then with Cheese Fest, they didn't really have dairy. They didn't really have dairy cocktails, but they had cocktails, that would pair well with dairy, right? So with Pickle Fest, they had a lot of pickle-centric cocktails.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had pickle lemonade. They had pickleback shots.
Pickle beer.
Pickle beer. Yeah, Pabst Blue Ribbon did a collab with Grillo's Pickles.
Yes.
I was like, that's insane, but okay.
Yeah.
They had pickle margaritas.
Pickle Rita.
Pickle Rita, whatever. Pickle margaritas, pickle Ritas. Yeah.
She's a nice gal, Pickle Rita.
Yeah. So we got a pickle Rita, electric pickle lemonade is what they called it, and then you got the PBR with Grillo's Pickles.
Yes.
And then I saw a sign at the tent where you could order alcohol, at least the festival cocktails.
Yeah.
Because there were also individual liquor vendors, like there are. And I saw there was a sign from Liquid Death. I love Liquid Death. And I was like, oh, are you guys selling? Because I didn't see a price I didn't see Liquid Death listed on the menu of options. So I was like, oh, are you guys selling Liquid Death? Because I always am in the mood for a Liquid Death. So I was like, all right, I'll try one. And they were like, yeah, we do. We have Peach. We have Dead Millionaire, which is their version of Arnold Palmer. They have Green Death, which is
Dead Billionaire.
Dead Billionaire. And they had Green Death, which I believe is their green tea version.
Yeah.
And then they had when the lady explained it to me, I had to ask her to repeat it because I couldn't understand.
And then we also have Strawberry Pop Tart Liquid Death.
I was like, huh? She's like, yeah, it's
Strawberry Pop Tart Liquid Death.
That's right. It's called Pop Tart Carnage.
It was really good. It was so good.
It was crazy.
And I'm new to Liquid Death because I don't know. Part of me look at the can and I'm like, this seems very Hot Topic to me. I don't know. The art put me off. But anyway,
yeah.
I'm just not that kind of person that goes, oh, extreme.
Well, you're not an energy drink guy, and I will admit, with Liquid Death, a lot of the branding makes you think like Monster, Ghost.
I know what they're going for, but I haven't had their product, I literally judged a book by its cover, judged a can by its outside, and then tried it. It was really good.
It's crazy how, because again,
few calories it is.
Yeah,
too.
these were all teas. It only had 4 grams of sugar, which again, I'm a diabetic, so that helps me. But here's the thing. It literally does taste like a frosted strawberry Pop-Tart.
Yes.
I mean, it tastes like it has that artificial strawberry flavoring, but also you can almost taste the frosting / crumble crust in it.
Yes.
I don't know if it's like they're using a malt in there and that's what's giving it that sort of.
But it looks, it's like, it hits it, but it's not loud.
No.
Which I really appreciate. Yeah. It's very like the strawberries hi.
Yeah, you
can still taste the tea,
but it hits you in that nostalgia part of your brain.
Yes,
like you remember as like a 7-year-old eating a frosted strawberry Pop-Tart, and you're like,
they definitely went to work in terms of they dialed in everything exactly to a science. I'm like, all right, how about this? How about this? No, that's it.
Yeah.
And then that's what they ship.
And you know what's hilarious?
What?
I remember you and I talking about it, and you were like, oh man, I kind of want to buy a 12-pack of that. Well, good news for you. They do sell them on Amazon.
Yes.
Yes. So, but it's a limited time flavor apparently. So if you can get them on Amazon because they're going fast. And rightfully so. They're delicious.
And use our link in the description.
So moving on so again, the drinks, and again, not only that, so we went to the liquor vendors, we went to Rosy Cheeks Distillery, local distillery. We love them. And you guys got because you guys had finished your cocktails, I had mine. I had to drive, so I couldn't really drink much more than what I had already had.
Right.
I think I had like 1 drink, and then I was drinking iced tea the rest of the day. But one of the things that they had was a tropical key lime pie cocktail.
Yes.
And I think that's what you and my partner got.
Yep.
And you were like, "This is so fucking good." I had a little taste of it. I was like, "Oh."
It's like key lime with a little high there pineapple.
Yeah, a little, not like a little Papa Pina Colada without the coconut.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, again, I like coconut, so I wouldn't have been mad if it'd been there. But I saw them make it. Yeah, it's like they have their key lime moonshine. a little bit of pineapple juice to give you that tropical flavor, and then they top it off with a little more of the key lime moonshine.
And then top it with polar regular seltzer.
Yeah, seltzer water. Yeah, so fantastic cocktail. Like I kind of also want to do, like, I know we're mostly a food podcast, but I would not mind going and doing an episode at Rosy Cheeks if we could get them to sign off on it.
Sounds good.
That'd be legit. So favorite items of the day. I want you to tell me, what was your favorite item of the day?
That's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah.
Because I've had plenty good decent eats there, but I will say my favorite item of the day, in terms, my favorite pickle of the day was this one. Hence why I bought
Sweet
it.
garlic pickles. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet garlic pickles. One of my
sure.
favorite.
Yeah.
It has all the flavor profiles.
Hits all the right
like.
notes.
My favorite kind of food item, honestly, the pickled cheese curds. I don't know if it was just hunger seasoning on it, but like, because I didn't eat anything that until up to that point, and I was like, oh, Lord have mercy.
But again, we got them fresh out the fryer.
Yes.
So they were nice and crisp. Again, cheese was molten. And again, the seasoning not overpowering, a faint dusting. So every faint dusting.
Yes.
Every curd got a little bit. Okay, so you gave me your favorite pickle.
Yeah.
And your favorite food item.
Yes.
So what was your favorite drink of the day? You had a few.
I did have a few. Smattering across the board. Honestly, least favorite was the PBR. It was okay. My favorite was obviously the Rosy Cheeks.
Rosy Cheeks,
yeah,
tropical.
Yeah, it was
cocktail.
delicious. That was it was really good. It was very refreshing.
Yeah. So I will agree with you that best pickle of the day is the Shore sweet garlic pickles.
Yes.
Again, very close second is the Kickles.
Yes.
And I'd say
That's
if
why
I
I got
had
both of them.
if I had to give it a top 3, I'd say the ranch pickles from Tommy Pickles was number 3.
Okay.
But we're talking like tenths of a percentage point here.
My third would be the spicy pickle on a stick.
Oh, so yeah, so you
It
go
was
Tommy
really
Pickles?
good. It was just very spicy.
Yeah, exactly.
I would, if I wouldn't eat that pickle on a stick, I would chop that up.
Yeah.
Like, that's something I would chop up and put it on something as opposed to eat the whole thing, which I did. It was really
Which you did. Yeah. My favorite food item, I feel like had I gotten the grilled cheese pickle sliders, that would have been my favorite. But of what I had, I'd say probably, if I had to rank them, it'd be pickle pierogi, dill pickle cheese curds, fried pickles. Again, the fried pickles, there wasn't really anything there. You know what I mean? They were basic fried pickles.
They worked. They worked
The
for
sauce,
what
the
was
sauce,
there.
yeah, the sauce was kind of basic. Again, nothing bad
It was
about
better
it.
than ones I had at the fair.
Exactly.
And that's that's
Better
saying
than
something,
certain
because usually
areas.
people like live for that.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
They wait to
Yeah.
go to get fried pickles at the fair.
Exactly.
These are better than those.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So that's something
Quite
to
an
think about.
accomplishment.
Yeah. I'll say the best drink of the day for me was Pop Tarts Carnage.
Who knew?
No, okay, but if I had to go with an alcoholic drink, I'd say, because I got to try all of the cocktails as
Yes.
well. Like, I just had like little sips of the Pickle Rita and your PBR Grillos collab, and I drank my whole electric pickle lemonade.
Oh yeah.
But so I say, if I had to pick a cocktail, I'd probably also go with the tropical key lime pie cocktail.
Yes.
It was
so good.
It was fantastic. But I'd say the best drink of the day for me was the Pop Tarts Carnage.
Of course.
Just because it hits me.
That was my favorite non-alcoholic drink.
Yeah, well, it's low in sugar, so again, for me as a diabetic, helps greatly. But it hits so deep in that nostalgia part of my brain that I was like,
The nostalgia note that hits your sweet tooth. It's good.
Yeah, it hits your sweet tooth without being overly
without spiking the insulin.
Well, yeah, without me having to run out and
Yeah. Low on the glycemic index.
Yes. So I will say. So here's the real question for you, because again, this was your first time going to this event.
Yes.
if given the opportunity in the future, would you go back?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Yeah, because honestly,
Well, it's fun. But here's the thing. Like, here's the one thing I did learn though.
Mm-hmm.
Bring a chair. If you and like, and this goes for like mainly all outdoor festivals, but like, bring a chair. Bring a very comfortable lawn chair. Invest in a really good one. And then also, if there's enough room for like a tent situation, and you have like a lot of friends, like you have like 10 friends to bring, do that, because that way you guys have like a home base.
Yeah.
And we luckily found a gazebo.
there was a pagoda. There were multiple pagodas with where the vendors were being housed.
Yeah.
And there was space where you could set up chairs. There were benches. That was the thing with Cheese Fest, is we had to like fight for, bench space or
because we didn't bring chairs.
Because we didn't bring chairs. But that was the thing. It's like you can buy a particular ticket to get like tent space set up. So if you have a tent, you can set your own up, but you have to buy a ticket specifically to do that. We didn't do that. We just brought our own chairs, sat under one of the pagodas, and we were just like, we were good to go.
Oh, it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't too hot in the shade.
Exactly. So, yes, definitely bring a chair, coat yourself in sunblock, because again, that was a beautiful day, 80 degrees, not too hot, but I think it was like, because we went the earliest possible time in the day
Hat
to get
and
into the
sunglasses,
festival.
baby.
Yeah, I mean, hat and sunglasses, sunblock. God help you. You got to bring water. You will get dehydrated so quick. Not only from the sun, but also from the pickles and the alcohol.
Piss and vinegar.
Yeah, literally. In my opinion, it's the best of the IFG events. Now, mind you, I haven't been to Shamrock yet. Maybe that's something we'll do for St. Patrick's Day in 2027. I will say... It is definitely my favorite of the IFG events thus far. Yes. So, something to think about for future reference. Yeah. So if you're interested in hearing more from Two Fat Guys Eat, hit that subscribe button. But also, get at us in the comments. Let us know what you want us to try next.
Yeah.
We're looking for content ideas. I mean, we've got our own. We can come up with stuff, but we want to hear from you. Is there a food item you'd like us to try? Is there a collab you'd like to see us attempt to beg for?
Yes.
We want to hear from you. All right. So, Sean, you have an audiobook.
I do. It's on Audible. It's called Astralis Core. You can get it on audible.com. Search for Astralis Core.
Yep. And you can follow us on the social media at Castwave Studios on TikTok. I believe we're at _Castwave_Studios on TikTok. Everywhere else is at Castwave Studios. That's Blue Sky, Facebook, I believe YouTube as well.
YouTube as well.
Yes. And Threads. That was the other one. So until next time, I'm Colin.
And I'm Sean.
And you've been listening to another episode of Two Fat Guys Eat. And remember, kids, don't stop eating when you're full.
Stop eating when you hate yourself.
Two Fat Guys Eat is a Castwave Studios production. For other shows and more, please visit castwavestudios.com.